Alright everyone, welcome to One Piece chapter 1124, and as you can see 16 pages, a bit of a shorter one this time, normally about 20 pages. So, oops, went a bit too far, there we go. Okay, so we start off with the title page being another one of Ogre Child Yamato's Golden Harvest. Surrogate Pilgrimage, Volume 12, Preventing an Abduction on the Road to Curie. And it's Yamato seemingly protecting a young lady. Not sure from... Oh, is that a person running away? Looks like it. So, yes. Not sure who that is. It might be the pink-haired girl that Sanji saves earlier in the whole... Well, who cares? Anyway, we move on. And what we're greeted to is the news ship, news airship, or whatever you want to call it. And you've got Morgan's talking about how to distribute the news. He's talking it in a really eccentric way. Give them fear, paint a picture of utter disaster in the future. To be fair, the news they've heard is the world's sinking, so that's not too extreme. Well, not too exaggerated. And, of course, he's saying they're desperate for information, and the only place you can get that is the World Economic Journal. And Vivi is, talking about how incorrigible he is and how Vegapunk spoke of hope. And then Morgan's is all about, don't talk down to me, I'll kick you off I'll let them know where you're hiding. And she fights back because, it's Vivi. She's always been argumentative. Then you've got, I knew his name. No one likes him anyway, so it's fine if I've forgotten his name. Walpole. Oh, damn it, I remembered his name. Walpole. So he's trying to talk down Vivi because, Morgan's is keeping them safe. So why are you trying to make him angry? But then Morgan sort of agrees that, the truth might be as good as fabrication. So we'll see how that plays out. Sorry. He talks about, you sure you want to talk to me that way? And Vivi's like, I don't care. If the world's going to be destroyed, I don't want to live through it anyway. Pretty somber, pretty morbid, but whatever, that's the decision she's made. And then he talks about the stories that happened, and shows how connected he is, that he's aware this has all happened. The Blackbeard versus Law, Shanks versus Kid, Luffy Vegapunk, and she doesn't know, but she immediately calls him a liar, and obviously it is. He's exaggerating. He didn't murder Vegapunk, we know that. And then you get back to the Navy at Egghead. It's dumbass, I forget his name, wants to know if everyone's dead. Because the bit that throws me off, they use each other's real names. He's got I'm going to call him Borsalino now because I've forgotten the name they always use now, that they go and call him Borsalino, and then he uses like Sakazuki or whatever, Akainu, yeah, that's it, and then he's Borsalino, I can't remember now. Anyway, Akainu was looking for a response, and Borsalino's the one who answers. We zoom into the next page, and he'll say, I'll send the report once the young'uns wake up. He talks about everyone being knocked out, and actually I think they said it in this previous chapter, and I kind of skimmed over it. Yeah, he says, what happened to the others? And they're asleep and foaming in the mouth because of the Conqueror's haki. Alright, Sakazuki, tell me something. Have you ever killed a close friend? And then we get a little flashback of how, you know what? I'm going to look at this up on my other monitor real quick. Alright, where's my... Oh, this wasn't my monitor. All right. Didn't have anything dodgy open. Nah, it's fine. It's gonna bug me anyway if I don't look this up. Ocelino. His alias Kizaru. That's it. Okay, sorry for the interruption. Alright, let's zoom in again. So Kizaru talks about his past with well, he's not talking about it, but it's a flashback of his past with Vegapunk and how he seems to have made a friendship with him. But he tells him all this information, and he declines him basically because he's an admiral, and then we get the whole him doing the fatal blow to Vegapunk, which is unfortunate, but it obviously hurts him because something we never see Kizaru do. He's crying and shouting. He's normally very cool, calm, collected. But he then threatens him to say, you come over here and see my work. And there seems to be a bit of understanding here. I'm sorry, brother. Really? Are they brothers, or is this like a friendship sort of thing? Very interesting comment to make. It says, don't even start. So yeah, that's how that plays out. So then we go and change scenes to the Giant's ship with, obviously, there's the Thousand Sunny. Luffy, they establish that Luffy's down because of Vegapunk's death. But, Frankie then says that, there was 5 elders, an admiral, CP0, the Seraphim, a blockade of battleships. It's lucky, and they just say they were lucky to escape as they did. Jinbei agrees, and then Zoro thinks how pathetic it is that Luffy's moping around over one person dying. And then we go to another scene where Lilith wakes up. Everyone's looking over her. Interesting they give her a compress, considering, I'm pretty sure she's a robot, right? So why would she need one? But I guess they do humanoid things. Maybe not all of them are robots. Maybe it was just Atlas and Edison and Atlas. I said Atlas. Shaka, that's the other one. But anyway, they're all happy that Lilith's awake, especially Sanji, of course. And she goes, beep, beep. That, interestingly, is her receiving all the information of the Vegapunks that passed. But yeah, they establish the situation. They're in the Giants thing. That's them on a Giants sofa. Ridiculous. But they're apologetic that they can only save one Vegapunk. And the reason she survived is because Atlas knocked her out, obviously. And that's her establishing that little communication she had. Don't worry, I've just heard the whole story. And she's upset that everyone's gone. Usopp wondering what part of her is evil, and she immediately just recovers and says, "Oh, I'm hungry." I guess because Vegapunk can't read out of his brain. I don't know what that has to do with anything. But whatever. They talk about there's food on the table, but it's gloomy up there. And it's, damn it, I gave him my word. I said I'd save the old apple man, and it's Luffy being upset. It's like, oh, Luffy's in bad shape. He's only eaten 5 bunches of grapes, and these giant grapes, he's eaten 5 bunches of it. It's like, Lift's like, ooh, that seems like plenty. Of course it is, but we know what appetite Luffy has. And then she just establishes that you shouldn't be sad, because the Vegapunks aren't truly dead. They're all now with Lilith, essentially. So they're kind of happy. So they're not quite dead, but they're dead in the way humans would understand it, but not in the way the Vegapunks operated. So this immediately cheers up Luffy. And he's like, yep, time for a feast. And a drink. And they call him Zolo. I don't like that manga thing where they call him Zolo instead of Zoro. But yeah, the feast begins. You know, they always have a celebratory feast after a victory. Well, they already had one in Wano, but I guess this is the Egghead feast. I like this little part. That Robin's happy that she gets to see Sal when they go to Elbaf, and you know she's hugging Chopper because of course it's Chopper. She's got a nice relationship with Chopper. Vegapunk said that whoever finds the One Piece will rule the world. And obviously Luffy says that's going to be him. You know it's going to be me in the end. He doesn't care if it makes them enemies, which is understandable. But they'll have a nice little feast and a nice little drink. And this is them establishing their route to Elbaf. And we end with a mysterious silhouette. Now, I honestly don't know who this is. I don't really have a clue. So it'll be interesting to see who that is. And I forget what then they said the next chapter was. It might just be a week break. I'm scared to look now. Let's have a quick peek. Minimize that. And go back one. Oh, it doesn't say. Ooh, that's not a good sign. It could be a 2-weeker. I don't know. I actually don't know when the next chapter is. So if someone can inform me, that'll be great. But I will see you all next time. All right. Bye.